everybody, it's Gamer Grants here. Today we are going to be talking about Renown in Diablo 4. It's a pretty simple subject, but I just got a comment from a viewer asking me to elaborate and explain on it a bit. This isn't going to be scripted or anything, so if you're having trouble, feel free to ask comments and ask questions in the comment section, and I'd be happy to help. My Renown is clearly already maxed, but I'll quickly go over everything that I think you could possibly want to know, and it should pretty much take you through things step by step. So to cover the very basics, the first thing is in your world here, or in your world map, when you hit tab and open up, you have the different regions. So there's the Hawazar, Fractured Peaks, Skosglin is up here, Dry Steppes, and then Kyrgyzstan. In each region, and if you move your mouse over, you see like there's little sections. You see the outline around everything that we're hovering our mouse over here. So essentially what you want to do when you first get into the game is, let's just start with Fractured Peaks, because I mean that's where you start anyway, so I guess it kind of makes sense. What you want to do, the most important thing that you want to take care of right away, it's a little bit tedious but it is doable, is you want to go claim all of your altars of Lilith across the entire map. Like I said, it's fucking tedious. So what I would suggest doing, like, if you have the patience to just sit down and grind it out and go find them all right away, sure, by all means, you do it. What I did personally, when I did, for instance, like hardcore, I had to go do the Renown all over again. So what I would suggest doing is go to max roll, and if you come to the Diablo 4 section and then go to the world map here, you'll pull this thing up here, which it kind of looks like a clusterfuck, but it can get real simple real fast. So if you zoom in, it has everything you could possibly want to know, right? And on the left side here, it says Renown objectives by region, and everything's broken down for you. And then if you highlight only the one, you can literally go through it step by step. So what I would suggest doing is exactly this: go to the max roll, pull this world map up, and start with just one region at a time. And like one day I would do Fractured Peaks, the next day I would do Skosglin, like whatever, however you want to do it. That's what I would suggest, so it's not so fucking painful, because it is painful. If you have a second monitor, it's really nice that you can just literally like pull this up on your second monitor and like glance over and then like pin your map in the actual game. But if you don't have a second monitor, I mean, you can just alt tab, right? It's just more of a pain in the ass. What I would suggest doing is just pick a corner of the region, like wherever you're gonna go. So I would start from down here, basically. I would just pick this corner. And now I drive over there on my horse, get the waypoint first off, because again, waypoints give you Renown too. So, I mean, you might as well get them all of the way as you go through this, right? I would just literally be like, okay, it's here. And I would go to my map. And again, clearly all my shit's figured out, right? But I would just go to my map and then pin it. And then I'd go drive there. You can see clearly this is a seasonal thing. I haven't got the waypoints yet, so like whatever. But anyway, like this is a level 1 character, I should specify. That is what I would do. I would just pin there and go drive there. Then once you click that one, then you can come on pause, I guess. But anyway, then if you alt tab back out, I'm pretty sure you click on it. Yes. So you can literally click on it and keep track for yourself. And then you just go through and drive from point to point to point to point and get all your altars of Lilith, because not only do they give you, like you can see here, like +2 intelligence, +5 max obols, like it goes on and on. Every time you get one, you get something, and that bonus is permanent and it's across all your characters. As soon as you get it, it applies to any character you already have, or start fresh going forward. And again, once you go through this, it's done and over with, right? So that would be my first and easiest suggestion, is to do Altar of Lilith in the region, because those alone give you, I'm pretty sure they get you the first free skill point that you get for the region, and then you just got to take a bit further from there. So if you're playing the campaign, it's a really easy way to do, because you can do some side quests and stuff when you're going around, and that earns you Renown. But even if you're not going to go out of your way to do it, so after you get your altars of Lilith, that gives you quite a bit of Renown. The strongholds are the next thing that I'd suggest, because you get 100 Renown for each stronghold you do, and they're super easy to do. Most strongholds take between like 3 and 5 minutes to complete. So, and they're actually like really interesting, believe it or not. Like I really hope they continue with strongholds in the expansion and they like build on it. But anyway, so that will be your next biggest chunk that you can chip away at for that region. And then once you have the 3 strongholds finished and all your altars of Lilith finished for that region, you're going to be pretty close to where you want to be. And it's super important, clearly, to get that second skill point, which is fairly easy, but you actually want to go all the way through, and you want the Paragon points too, and the obols, because now obols are actually decent in the game. So it's kind of one of those things that like just get it over with, essentially, more or less. And so that would be how I would conquer it and tackle it, like one step at a time. I just do one region one day, go drive around on your horse, do the altars of Lilith first. As you're going through, if you want to do some side quests, they give you, I think, like 30 renown now per side quest, and most side quests take like a minute, maybe 2. Like some of them are longer, obviously, but generally speaking, they're quick to do. And yeah, that's basically how I would suggest going about doing it. Pretty easy. Just take it like day by day. Do the next region the next day, like, or the next time you play. Like if you don't have a lot of time to game, I don't know your situation, right? But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. And even though I'd suggest going all the way through, because you're gonna want it, you're gonna want the Paragon points and everything, it's more important to just knock off and get the extra skill points once you have the second skill point from this region. As long as you have all the altars of Lilith, just go to the next one anyway. Like getting those skill points unlocked is going to be a significant increase to your character's power. And again, the one great thing about this is once you've done it once, you don't have to do it ever again. And unless you're going to play hardcore, and then you do actually have to literally start from scratch again. But that should be it. I hope that helps you out. I know it wasn't like too in depth, but I really don't think it's that complex of a subject. And I think that pretty much covers most things. But like I said, if you actually have questions that I didn't clearly just explain to you and you didn't follow it, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I reply to every comment, and I'm always happy to help if I'm able to. But yeah, that being said, let me know, like, when did you start playing the game? Have you heard good things about it? Clearly, if you're watching a Renown guide, then you're a newer player. So like, what brought you to Diablo 4? What classes are you trying? What's your favorite class to try? Have you tried them yet? I don't know. Like I said, I love to engage with my community. To be honest, like, yes, interactions help me, don't get me wrong. Like if you click like on the video, which by the way, if you do that for me, I'd appreciate it. But anyway, like comments and likes and all that shit help me out. But personally, I just love to interact with the community, and that's my favorite part about this whole YouTube thing, really. Anywho, that's about it. So I'm just gonna shut up now, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.